I'm going to be talking about one of the problems I've come across, one of the major problem I've come across while programming the show for the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee F&P. So I'm going to tell you about this major problem, how I've had and how I've found out about and how I've overcome it and found out how I've achieved, how I've found out. Anyway, so as you can see on screen here, if you look at my mouse, my effect track is 1 to 4, my main effect track. And for that we want hall reverb, stereo delay, hall reverb. Yep. Oh, sorry, I just dropped something. But my problem is when I go to my cue stack, the snippets, what the snippets are meant to be doing, are controlling a parameter that I select to change the scene. So the scene is here, and you have to make the snippets and the scene separately, and then you put them into a cue stack. I've explained in my previous video on how I did the whole thing. So my scene basically is the whole desk, saving all the parameters, all the EQs, all the gains, all that. That's what it is. And the parameters are changing my mutes. So basically it's turning them on and off when I need them. Essentially, that's what it's doing. So for several weeks I couldn't figure out what was wrong with this and why obviously it. So basically, let me show you. So now you can see it's on hall reverb. But when I go to M32, if I load that scene, it would change. It's changing all my effect tracks. What's annoying because I need my effect track for the show and I can't run the show without the effect track. End of. No effect track, no show. So I need my effect track. And so I can't keep changing it, and it's just getting stupid. So what I've done is essentially throughout the show, basically I couldn't figure out for weeks on how I did this, and in the end I figured out why I did it. So if I go into a snippet and see here on the snippets how the effects rack is on here, and it should be only controlling the mute there. So what I've done is to test trial why it went wrong is what I've done here. So I've turned off the effect track, as you can see, and if I go into my scene, if I go into my scene 1, then if I jump to scene this one here where I've tested it, the effect track hasn't changed. The only things that changed is the mutes, what we wanted to change. Now I can't move this. See, now it's all the same. What is brilliant, what is genius. So what I've got to do now is do this to every single one and turn the effect track on every single one and resave it and resave the whole shenanigans. It's going to be a fun one, so I've got to do that. Interesting, isn't it? And I'll tell you how I managed to figure out how to do this. And I went to the internet forums, and internet forums helped me out and figured out what I was doing wrong in A Crisis of Emergencies. It's quite soon to the show. 1 minute, I'm just trying to. 1 minute, I'm just trying to figure out how to do something. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, let's go into the internet. And let's go into... Also, when I was right at the start planning to do the M7CL and looking into how to do scene memory on that, I was on the internet forums as well here, as you can see. We're talking about the LS9 and the Yamaha and define keys and how to queue on there. So what I need to do is I'll show you. So what I went onto this forum called ProSound Web. So basically I went onto this forum and put screenshots and said my problem and why my batch rack is resetting and all this, and I got referred to a different forum that is just for M32s and done by forum designed from the M32s. So I went onto this forum. Here's my and so I signed up and requested, and this guy Paul, who's a massive moderator who responds to all the issues, helped me, and I couldn't understand. I was in a massive what's happening, and then he figured it out. Here it says it goes to a parameter filter section. It means the grabs in your settings and saving the settings, like I said, what the problem was. So that basically fixed my issue, and what I need to do now is reprogram and redo the whole thing. That's one of the problems I've had, and I've overcome it. So I've really got to reprogram really quickly for the show and be ready. Hey! So some more programming. I've got some more cues to add in, but this is one of the massive things I've been stuck on for weeks from wire control it, and now I've solved it. Yay! I've got to reprogram. Yippee! Yep. Mm-hmm. 1 minute.